Imagine a time when every penny mattered. During the Great Depression, World War II, and the years that followed, people didn't have much, so they had to be smart with what little they had. There were no credit cards to buy things they couldn't afford, and many items we consider disposable today didn't exist. Instead, people focused on stretching every dollar and making the most of what they owned. This lifestyle wasn't just about saving money, it was a way of thinking. People valued durability, creativity, and resourcefulness. They found ways to repurpose old clothes, grow their own food, and keep things running with simple repairs. Today, with rising prices and economic uncertainty, these old-school frugal habits are making a comeback. By looking at how people managed their money back then, we can find valuable lessons to help us save more and live better in our modern world. Number 1. The mindset of frugality and intentional spending. People in past generations lived with a simple rule: use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. This saying guided how they spent their money and managed their belongings. Unlike today, where endless options and advertisements push us to buy more, people back then had fewer resources and fewer choices. They couldn't afford to waste money on things they didn't need, so they became experts in making every penny count. This frugal mindset wasn't just about saving money, it was about making thoughtful choices. They prioritized needs over wants, focusing on essentials that would last. Whether it was buying quality over quantity or finding creative ways to reuse items, people were mindful of every purchase they made. In today's world, bringing this intentional approach to spending can help us avoid the trap of impulse buys and overspending. When we think more carefully about what we buy, we save money and learn to value what we have. This mindset shift can make a big difference in our financial lives, helping us spend wisely and feel more satisfied with less. Number 2. Practical lessons in old-school frugality. When people in the past had to save every penny, they learned smart ways to stretch their resources and make things last. These habits weren't just good for their wallets, they also helped them live more sustainable lives. Let's dive into a few of these practical lessons from the past that still save money today. 1. Preserve food like a pro. Back in the day, food wasn't always easy to come by, and grocery stores didn't have endless shelves of options. People had to get creative to make sure nothing went to waste, especially when fresh food was in season. This is where food preservation came in handy. From canning and pickling to drying and freezing, people found ways to store food for the long haul. Canning and pickling. Canning is one of the oldest methods of preserving food. It involves sealing fruits, vegetables, and even meats in jars to keep them fresh for months, sometimes years. Pickling is a similar process but uses vinegar and salt to keep foods like cucumbers, beets, and even eggs safe to eat. Both methods were essential for families to have fruits and vegetables through the winter. Today, canning and pickling are becoming popular again as more people realize how much money they can save by storing food this way. Imagine buying fresh fruits or veggies when they're cheap in the summer, preserving them, and then enjoying them in the winter without the extra cost. Learning basic canning and pickling can be an excellent way to cut grocery bills while enjoying tasty, homemade foods all year round. 2. Upcycle and repair. This mindset, called upcycling, turned worn-out items into something new and useful. It was about making things last and saving money instead of constantly buying replacements. Furniture and household repairs. People in the past often repaired their own furniture and household items, giving them a second life. Instead of buying new chairs or tables, they would sand, paint, or restain them to make them look new again. With a bit of creativity, you can find tutorials online to repair or refresh old furniture. You can also look for inexpensive items at thrift stores to fix up instead of buying brand new ones. This can save you a lot, especially if you're decorating a home on a budget. 3. Cloth alternatives. Saving with reusable items. Before the convenience of paper towels, tissues, and disposable napkins, people used cloth for everything. They had cloth napkins, towels, and handkerchiefs, which could be washed and reused over and over. This not only saved money, but also reduced waste. Cloth napkins and towels. Cloth napkins were a staple at the dinner table, while towels handled most cleaning tasks around the house. Instead of buying paper products every week, families relied on these reusable items, which lasted for years. Switching to cloth can still save you money today. Invest in a few cloth napkins and dish towels instead of constantly buying paper products. You'll spend a bit more upfront, but the long-term savings will add up. Plus, you'll be reducing waste, which is better for the environment. These old-school frugal habits are still effective ways to save money today. They require a bit of time and effort, but they can lead to significant savings. Number 3. Financial habits that stand the test of time. People from past generations knew a thing or two about managing money. They developed habits that kept them financially secure even during tough times. Let's explore a few financial habits from the past that are just as useful today. 1. Budgeting with cash envelopes. Back in the day, families used cash for almost everything. They didn't have credit cards or apps to manage money, so they relied on simple methods like the cash envelope system. In this system, each spending category, like groceries, gas, and entertainment, had its own envelope filled with a set amount of cash. Once the cash was gone, they couldn't spend any more in that category until the next month. This method made people think carefully about every purchase. They couldn't overspend because they only had a set amount of cash to use. It also helped them see exactly where their money was going and adjust their spending if they needed to save more. You can still use the cash envelope system today, even if you mostly use cards. Try using physical envelopes for a few categories where you tend to overspend, like dining out or entertainment. This way, you'll know when you're reaching your limit. Some people also use digital versions of the system with apps that let them track spending by category. This simple habit can make budgeting easier and help you control impulse spending. 2. Living below your means and building an emergency fund. Past generations were experts at living within their means. They didn't try to keep up with trends or buy things they couldn't afford. Instead, they focused on saving for rainy days and staying prepared for unexpected expenses. Many people kept a stash of emergency cash at home or in a savings account to cover surprises, like car repairs or medical bills. By living below their means, people could save money without feeling stretched. Having an emergency fund gave them peace of mind, knowing they wouldn't have to go into debt if something unexpected happened. This habit kept their finances stable, even in times of crisis. Living below your means is still one of the best ways to stay financially secure. Start by spending a bit less than you earn each month and putting the difference into a savings account. Over time, aim to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses for emergencies. Having this money set aside can help you avoid credit card debt and reduce stress when life throws you a curveball. 3. Avoiding debt whenever possible. In the past, people were careful about taking on debt. Loans and credit cards were used sparingly, usually only for big expenses like a house. Most people preferred to save up for what they wanted instead of borrowing money. They didn't believe in buying things they couldn't afford and worked hard to pay off any debts as quickly as possible. This approach kept people from getting trapped in debt. They avoided the extra costs of interest and late fees, which made things cheaper in the long run. By sticking to what they could afford, they also felt more secure, knowing they weren't burdened by monthly payments. While it's not always easy to avoid debt today, being mindful about it can save a lot of stress and money. Use credit cards only if you can pay off the balance each month to avoid interest charges. If you need to borrow money, look for the lowest interest options and have a plan to pay it off quickly. Living within your means and being careful with debt can keep your finances on solid ground. Number 4. The financial and environmental benefits of thrift shopping. In the past, people often shopped at thrift stores or exchanged items with family and friends to save money. They bought secondhand clothes, furniture, and tools instead of paying full price for new ones. This habit helped families stretch their budgets and avoid waste, giving used items a second life. Today, thrift shopping is still a great way to save money and support the environment. Buying secondhand costs much less than buying new and often allows you to find unique or high-quality items. Plus, when you buy used, you help reduce demand for new products, which means less waste and fewer resources used for manufacturing. Whether you're looking for clothes, furniture, or books, thrift stores and online resale platforms offer many affordable options. Learning from past generations can help us build a stronger financial future. These habits not only help us financially, but also encourage us to value what we have and reduce waste. Sometimes, the best ways to save and live well come from timeless wisdom passed down through generations. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. If you made it to this point in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.